woo, 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 woo. Ah, woo, 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 woo. Ah, woo, 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 woo. Well, folks, I give out a lot of information publicly, which you all can use. But for those who choose to be a part of my crew, if you scroll down and see how to, know that we longed the farm. The farm. And it has been, I feel like, a little while since I said, turn on the boosters, put the farm down, and go heavy. We won heavy. Now, as bullish as I was last night, the truth is I have some very bearish things to tell you. And what I'm going to tell you is we are going to go down soon. Now, I'm not just talking about right now how I think we're going to go to like the 3570s, maybe a little lower. What I'm talking about, if you take a look at the ETH daily, is something like this. Bop! To bring us right back to the 80s. Yes, it makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. Because if you go back to this very time, go to November 7th on YouTube and see how everyone was feeling and what everyone was saying. Now, doesn't take a genius to remember, again, what happens here, which we've been laying out. No one ever expects a big drop. Look, please tell me who called this drop happening. No one. I didn't. And it is when we are going up when you are most vulnerable. Like in blackjack, when you have a positive count, the count is heavily in your favor. That is when you bet the biggest. That's when you win the biggest. That's when you lose the biggest. So keep that in the back of your mind. Very simple that we can come up here, hell, maybe even touch this line and bah! Shit on all of you. It's happened many a time before. Many. Now, we know what everyone's looking at. It is also what I based my decision on last night. In fact, why don't we just pull up. Oh boy, look at the profit logs. Oh geez. Oh, look at everyone kicking ass. Oh gee, what do you know about that? Alright, let's see here. This is what we wrote off kind of last night. We longed the farm. Took profits. This is what I see. This is what is speaking to me. And we have room to see a little more, maybe a little more upward movement, but the macro game doesn't change. We've seen it before. And this drop doesn't need to be this big, or else we would be like in the negatives. Literally, ETH would be $2.50. But even half $70 ETH. Oh, talk about a time to long. Oh man. We hit $70. If ETH goes to 60, 70. Woo. Man, what a shave off, huh? So the macro plan is still the same. Still the same. We've seen it all before. We will see it again. And just like every single time we have a little upwards movement. Oh boy. Everyone has, Sonny Decree has sparkles in his eyes. Trevon James has a boner. But in the end, you'll see China will put another squeeze, and no one will see it coming. No one will see it coming. It's just gonna whack really hard. This was a hard whack. No one saw it coming, and it happened instantly. Instant. We are in the same thing. We are Fibonacci pattern fractaling just as much as ever. I said this year was going to be the easiest year to trade in quite some time for crypto. So if you can't be profitable this year, then you're probably going to be screwed for next year. Now, tonight, we have a fight. One of our members, if any of you have watched the live stream interview I did with UFC fighter Joshua Van, that fight starts in a few hours, and we're going to be live streaming the event. If you have not, hang on here. This was our interview. The fight is tonight. This is our boy. He's 8-0 in MMA. 15-0 in combat sports, and we're gonna whoop this dude's ass tonight. I am sponsoring. He's gonna be walking out with the CryptoFace beanie, and he's also gonna wear the beanie after he gets his hand raised. We're gonna have a live watch party here in a few hours when it starts. I'd appreciate all of you to join. Until then, congratulations to all of us that longed the farm and made a nice fatty amount right here. So, I mean, this was easy to see. Now I can see it drop. This shit's, look, we double bottom, come up, come down, double bottom, come up, come down, double bottom, come up, come down. That's it. Price action is all you need. Peace.